It's the Morning Star Drive 117.8. You soaring up with sky, now's the time, don't delay. I'm sitting in my ride and it's time to fly. So let's realign, just listen and fill your mind.
Hey guys, how is it going? And welcome to the Morning Star Drive on 117.8. It is Wednesday, April 23rd, and so happy for you joining us. We are ready to start another day together with the Lord. So subscribe to us on YouTube, do not follow us on SoundCloud, and make sure to support us on Patreon. So today we have an exciting podcast for you. We have news around the world, the evangelism word study, and of course commentaries, updates, and news on what is happening around the world in this history today. All right, everyone, how are you doing? And yes, it is a wonderful and awesome Wednesday. Hope you guys really enjoyed the week, and I hope that everything has been going well for you guys too. Don't forget, we have Q&A Thursday every single week, so get those questions ready. Send them to me whenever you can. And if you haven't yet, for today's video, please leave a like and comment to build our community. Just super happy for everyone joining us every weekday on the Morning Star Drive. So let's get up and support each other each and every day. So this week's Sunday message title is "You Can Fulfill Your Hope Only If You Work." All right, so it is Wednesday. I haven't slept yet, guys. I haven't slept, and it's like 3:16 a.m. at this moment. This has got to be up in about an hour and 15 minutes. So let's see where this goes. Today is Wednesday, and I will be going up to Seoul to see my parents tonight. They will be flying, they'll be taking the KTX, this train from Busan all the way up to Seoul today. So I think they should be around the Seoul area around 4 or 5 p.m. So I just got to make sure I get around there at that time. Oh, yeah. Once again, I'm very, very excited that my parents are here. And yeah, I can't wait to, I can't wait to see my parents, to be honest. I'm really, really looking forward to it. And I'm really looking forward to it just to have that peace and comfort. But once again, I think I'm obviously more excited to see them next week when they come to Warmington. Like, that's the one I really, really look forward to. So I just want to leave everything up to God and let them experience Warmington in the most spiritual way. So yeah, I'm really, really curious to see their reaction and how they feel in Warmington. And just you guys ever just think about what you've done in Providence in your life, and then you kind of see how everything can just quickly in an instant just go away. And you just see it over the last couple of years, how people have struggled, people have gone through many difficulties. And I think it's something that us too, we just got to get ourselves to really understand. It's just really getting our hearts and our minds thinking about the life that we're living in this history and how we should truly be living to make it worthwhile. What would make living in this history worthwhile? Have you guys ever thought about that? How much we should be really, really living. And I look at myself as man, it's so true. How good should I be? And guys, when you read the Bible and you see the disciples and all the people of God, they're awesome. And it wasn't that they're perfect. They were awesome because even though they were imperfect, they really did what God wanted. And, I look at myself and everything else too, and I wonder to myself I don't wonder. I know I look at myself you know what? I got to be better. I really, really got to be better. I got to think to myself this life that I'm living right now and all the crazy things that have happened, do I really want to be just like everyone else and end up in the same place, or have all these good deeds or whatever and then just end up messing everything up over a mistake you make, I don't know what you call it, crime of passion where you get really upset or angry or mad or something like that, and you just make a big mistake. And since you've said it so many times, it's like when he's in jail, he's seen so many people talk to them, got their stories, and people just in one split second, they couldn't control themselves, and that's why they're in the position they're in. And yeah, it makes me think very deeply too about that one slip up and that one mistake. Or is, I was reading this post on YouTube, and it was, God wanted David to be a king, so he sent Goliath. And it's like God is going to do a lot of things, and in order for him to fulfill and to do a lot of things, we have to be the ones that have to overcome and fight the giants. And I think there's a lot of huge giants that we're facing, especially, guys, look at this week's message when it comes to, look at this week's message when it comes to evangelism. A lot of times we are thinking that we think that it's impossible. We think that's not going to happen. And sometimes it's discouraging because if you get yourself into that mindset, you just don't want to evangelize at all, right? And I can see even right now how Satan's attacking my family too. So many crazy things. I've told you how many crazy things have happened, right? Like so far, I told you my parents, their first flight to Jeju-do was 3 hours delayed. In Jeju-do, they had a flat tire that took another 3 hours. Their flight got delayed again on the way back, when they left the island. And I gave my mom my bank card, and there's this $250 taxi fare. And the first thing I thought was, whoa, there must be some type of fraud. And I call my brother, and he's like, hey, you guys spent over $200 on a taxi? He's like, yeah, mom really wanted to go somewhere, so they took a taxi, and it was more than a 2-hour drive, and it cost $200, $250 for that taxi. But for me, it's not so much the money itself. I was just making sure that it wasn't. Just making sure it wasn't a fraud or a fake payment, or the taxi person, basically did something wrong. And I'm thankful that wasn't it. I'm surprised that they went on this trip. My brother said it wasn't even that nice anyways. But I'm glad. For me, as long as my mom is happy, I'm fine. She can spend as much as she wants on my card. And of course, I have my paycheck coming in 2 days, or in 1 day or 2 days. So hopefully I'll be replenished by the time her trip is finally over. But I'll be seeing her tomorrow. So I'm looking for tonight. Actually. So I'm really, really looking forward to that also. Yeah. The one thing that I'm really hoping for is that my parents have the most impressive time in Wollongong. That's what I hope for the most. I don't think there's anything else that is more important than this trip to Wollongong, and I don't want any expectations. But sometimes I wonder how big this miracle will be. Will they be evangelized? And of course, I'm not having that crazy expectation, but I can't help but I just seen God do too much. And I'm not sitting there hoping it's going to happen. I don't have so much expectation. I just wonder how things are going to unfold. That's what I'm really wondering about. And I really want my parents to have a good time. I'm really going to have a good time with my parents tonight too. And I really miss them a lot. And I'm hoping that I can get my head back on straight. If not meaning that it wasn't on straight, but when you're in that comfortable zone, you can really sit back and think about all the different things that are happening. And yeah, it's a lot to think about in my head. And it's a good time to reflect. I'm happy that they'll be coming to my house, like staying over at my house next week. But ultimately, I think it's something that we can really, really, that I can really get my heart and my mind like pushing to that next level. Gosh, one thing that I was thinking about too is also like broken promises. Have you guys ever thought about all the broken promises you've made to God? I think about that. I'm like, wow, there's some promises that I break, and I'm just like, wow, like Sky, like that was a promise. Like you absolutely know that was a promise you made to God, and it's almost like I'm okay with not fulfilling it, which is odd and weird, isn't it? Isn't it odd that I'm okay? Like I've numbed myself enough to be okay that I didn't fulfill a promise to God. Ugh. I don't know. You know what? You know what it is? It's because it's past 3 a.m. in the morning. I'm starting to think about these different types of things. I think that's it. That's the reason these things are on my mind. I'm like, whoa, like, why am I thinking this deeply? Why am I putting myself into this type of train of thinking? But yeah, it's interesting. It's very, very interesting. But I hope it's something that we can all really face together and have that mentality and mindset, and to just really realize more deeply of what we are truly doing in this history, what we should be doing, and how we can make things happen at a much higher and better level. Yeah, I'm sitting on my bed right now, and like I said, it's like 3:30 at the moment, and I gotta post this up in an hour, and I'm still on segment number 1. But it's I'm very, very happy to do this. Just please pray for me so that I don't get into an accident and that I don't fall asleep while I'm driving over to Seoul. That's one thing I don't want. So please pray for me that I'll have a safe trip all the way up there too. Man, it's wild. It really is. Yeah. I don't know what it is. Maybe that's why we should be sleeping at this time, is because we really, really need to have a clear mindset and not be thinking too deep in the desperation or anger or sadness or depression or whatever that is. But I hope it's something that all of us can really get our hearts and our minds to be thinking about clearly. And I hope it's something that we can really push ourselves to that next level. Man, I wish, a lot of times I think back and I'm like, oh man, I wish I did this differently. Or the times where I really said to myself, nope, this is my limit and I'm not going past this. But then you just roar past it and you basically don't control yourself when you should. What a weird bunch of thoughts I'm having right now. You know what it is, guys? I will not be doing any more of these podcasts past, at this godly hour. Well, I can't say ungodly. This is a time to pray, right? So at this godly hour. So I hope that we can spend this time not with this type of time in prayer with God more than thinking about the terrible or the bad or whatever, things like this too. Either way, would love to hear what you guys are thinking, what's on your mind. And we have the Evangelism Word Study, so we'll get into that after the first music break of the day. right, so let's get into today's evangelism word study. And it seems like I have been getting a ton of questions about the new internet ministry competition that is happening. And I have been working closely with the ministry department over here in Korea. So there have been a ton of questions on like how they're actually going to do this. And I'm excited because it's fostering new creators. But on top of that, not only just creators, it's about making content that's good enough for people to start evangelizing with right away. So right now it is the number one thing on Sunseem's mind is evangelism. There's nothing else but evangelism on Sunseem's mind, and that's something that I look at like we need to catch that wave of what Sunseem truly wants, and we need to fulfill it. I know that we're trying to get the 1 million people, and there's a lot of I don't know if you guys heard a lot of rumors out there, but the only thing we hear in the message is if we hit 1 million, then our wishes will come true. And I'm not sure if people are taking this as like a personal individual, but I do think that's true too. But obviously, I think there's a bigger dream that all of us have, right? And I think that's like the big one that all of us really, really want to fulfill. So I hope it's something that we can really get our hearts and our minds to be thinking about even much more clearly. But evangelism this is going to be a very, very big thing. And this internet ministry is going to be even bigger. Like even for me, today we have our Rebel Pastor YouTube channel that comes out. The new video, Why Doesn't God Do More? It is part 4. And it's a very, very interesting one. And the reason why I did this one, I was actually thinking about what to do for this Rebel Pastor for evangelism. But this one was more of an education for, I guess, people who are believers. Why doesn't God do more? And my answer is because he doesn't have to. Right? So that's kind of like my basis on it, just to kind of be a little bit more like shocking. But I hope it's something that people will listen to and say, oh, this is what Sky's talking about. So, guys, if you can, check out the Rebel Pastor YouTube channel. The new video does come out today, 10 a.m. in Korea time, which is like, I think is like 9 p.m. in Eastern. And I think like 6 p.m. for the West Coast and 9 p.m. for the East Coast. So I hope that a lot of people will be able to support and even use the videos that I have to help evangelize as many people as possible. So I'm very, very much looking forward to this too. I really, really am. Evangelism, like, sometimes I do think about what is like the big thing I have to think about when it comes to evangelism. Like what do I really need to do? And I think one of the best things about evangelism is it's actually one of the ways to repent. You guys ever thought about that? Like, how the Bible says, like, if whoever repents or whoever turns a sinner from their wicked ways will cover over a multitude of sins. And I've experienced this in the past where there was this one newcomer that I was teaching the Lord's Church. And when she passed, Sunseem's letter was basically about forgiveness of my sins. And I was like, what? But if you think about it, like that's how big it really is. Right? That's like, I would say, yeah. It's just, It's what we need to think about when it comes to true evangelism and what we really need to get our hearts and our minds into. And I think people really, really want to do evangelism. I think we really do. Right? And I'm trying to figure out what is the best and the best way to do, evangelism. And it's so weird that I'm thinking about evangelism as a tool for forgiveness. Isn't that weird, guys? But I think that's something that we have to really understand how big it is to save life, that it's that powerful. Saving life actually saves your own life. So I was really thinking a lot about, yeah, you know what? I need to save my own life by saving others' lives. And I need to go to another country. I need to preach, or I need to teach, or I need to do something online so that I can be forgiven. I mean, that's something that I always thought about too, is like, I really should think about this. Like, I really, really should. And because, sometimes, you guys, don't you guys think that sometimes it's hard to really know when you've repented? You know what I mean? Like, it's really, really hard to know when repentance has really come into fruition. But there's nothing better than like, hey, you saved like 3 lives. Basically, I'm going to forgive you of all your sins, kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like, that's something that's like, it's much more clear. It's much more like in your face. Like, yeah, that's what I want to do. So I'm thinking to myself, I was like, you know what? I got to go and evangelize some people, and then I get my I can say, turn an evil person, a sinner from their evil ways, and then I'll be able to do the exact same thing, right? Like, then I will be able to have my sins cast away too. So I was thinking about that. I'm not sure why that came to mind. Do you guys ever get those types of thoughts, or is it just really me being weird because it's like past 3 a.m? That's something that's really on my mind. It's like, I've got to evangelize like crazy, kind of thing. So, and I'm not saying that, Sky, you have a ton of evil sins. It's more of, I want to be clean. I want to be clear. And one of the greatest ways that I know that I can do to contribute is through saving lives, through lecturing, through evangelizing and stuff too. So, yeah. What a weird morning for me. I don't know. Do you guys get those weird times too, when your thoughts are kind of like, I'm not sure if they're not like wrong. It's more of thoughts they just kind of go out, and I need to get myself into the right position to do what is best. So, yeah, I got to get myself thinking very, very clearly. And I got to get myself, Lord, to think of how I can fulfill history, and also be able to just get that one letter that I like the one I got in the past is just like, it's all done. You're clean and clear. Let's move forward, kind of thing. And that's something that I really think that I should be doing too. Yeah. And of course, it doesn't mean evangelism is solely for a personal reason. But of course, we kind of do things in that way where we evangelize for our merit. We evangelize so that we can save and fulfill God's history. And we're the ones that do a lot of things because, because in the end, like even what Sunseem said is, in the end, everything you do is for yourself. In the end, it's for yourself. And even when you do good for others, it's so that you feel good. So in the end, it's good for us, kind of thing. So I don't know. I'm going to take that in mind, knowing that Sunseem did talk about that. And it is something that we can really, really think about ourselves is, what is the greatest thing that we can do, right? And what are the things that we can do? And it's something that we need to get ourselves to push ourselves, that whatever it takes, we got to fulfill God's will, whatever it takes. And eventually it'll hit that point where you're doing things for absolutely the right reasons, kind of thing, either way. So yeah, lots of different things that I've been thinking about, lots of different things that I've been putting myself to understand also, either way. So yeah, it is quite late, and that's why I do need to get this uploaded, and it's already like 4 a.m. at this time. So I got to get myself get this uploaded as quickly as possible. But there is some crazy news going on in the world for the next world news news around the world segment. So I hope you guys listen to that one because a lot of things to pray about also. Okay, so there it is, guys. That is today's second segment of evangelism. I hope it's something that makes you guys think or makes you think that I'm a little bit weird today. It could be one of the two. Either way, let's move into the second music break of the day.
I was a lost one. I found the right one. I found the right one. Yes, you right now. Yes, you right now that I need. Yeah, we're looking for the lost ones. I was a lost one. I found the right one. I found the right one. Yes, you right now. Yes, you right now that I need. We stay looking for someone to hold when the right one's standing at your door. Open up your heart and say, I'll believe in what you say, and I promise you will gain much more. Yeah, we're looking for the lost ones. I was a lost one. I found the right one. I found the right one. Yes, you right now. Yes, you right now that I need. Yeah, we're looking for the lost ones. I was a lost one. I found the right one. I found the right one. Yes, you right now. Yes, you right now that I need. 10 years of struggle, 10 years of pain, but I'll finally get to see you no more. Just calling your name, and the ones who wonder who, just open up your eyes. He's waiting for you too. He's not a man in disguise. And the hardest cross to bear, but your heart's not what I'll wear. To think this effort and this love could overcome the dirty stairs, and it's all because of you. Yeah, it's all because of you. Said it's all because of you. Yeah, I need you. Looking for someone to hold when the right one's standing at your door. Open up your heart and say, I believe in what you say, and I promise you will gain much more. Yeah, we're looking for the lost ones. I was a lost one. I found the right one. I found the right one. Yes, you right now. Yes, you right now that I need. Yeah, we're looking for the lost ones. I was a lost one. I found the right one. I found the right one. Yes, you right now. Yes, you right now that I need.
Okay, so let's get into today's world news around the world. And I think you guys all know what the biggest news is that Pope Francis, the Pope of the Catholic Church, has passed away. And already tens of thousands of people are having their pilgrimage to Vatican City to say goodbye to the Pope. And the funeral is going to be on Saturday. And this is a huge thing, especially spiritually when we look at these different things. It is a big thing. And people are talking about who's going to be the new Pope. And there's like 4 different popes that I'm looking at that people, they say who will be the next Pope. They said there are key candidates, but it's so unpredictable. There's this Cardinal Peter Turkson, and I think this guy is from Africa. And then there's a Peter Parolin. He looks like he's either German or maybe even French. There is there's an Asian one, and there's another. It's really, really interesting. man, all these cardinals are going to be electing a new pope, and for many of them, it's going to be for the first time because they said that 80% of the cardinals were appointed by Pope Francis himself, which is a relatively new pope, and man, they're going to be these 80% are going to be electing a pope for the very, very first time. Right? So, here it is. So there's Pietro Parolin. He's one of the candidates. He's Italian. He's 70 years old, so he's quite old already. There is Luis Antonio Gokim Tegel, and he is Filipino, and he's age 67. So this is the Asian guy that I was looking at. And there's another guy named Fridolin Mbongo Bisungu, and he's Congolese. He's 65. And then there's that Peter Kodwo Apia Turkson, and he's Ghanan, and he's 76. But these are like the four main, candidates that they think, right? They say it's very, very unpredictable, but it's something that they do think is going to happen. There's a ton of people, like even President Trump, Prince William, they're all going to be heading towards this funeral too. And that's kind of like the biggest news, and it's, as much as it's physical, it's actually very, very spiritual that the head of the Catholic Church, which is one of the biggest churches in the world, has actually passed away during this time right now. So it's very, very interesting. And I looked at that just to say like, whoa, I wonder what's actually, I wonder what God is planning with this. I think that's going to be the most interesting thing, right? So, yeah, that's something I'm looking at. I'm like, whoa, what's going to happen here? And remember, there's other elections happening around the world. The one in Canada is happening next week, I believe. There's going to be one happening in the UK. So there's a lot of elections, and they're not just regular elections. They're like snap elections. Another one's going to happen in Korea too, right? And a lot of these people have... they're not supposed to be having these elections, but it's all happening in 2025, which for me is quite nuts. And if you even think about it, 2025 is when Trump came into office on January 20th. So even that is nuts, that Trump came into office in 2025. We have new leaders going to be appointed this year too in Canada, the UK, and other countries also. And we're going to have a brand new pope. So that is something that we can look at and say, ooh, what is the spiritual significance of this? And I'm going to have to say that it's huge spiritual significance. It's much bigger than we think. And I think it's something that Sunseam will be talking about more in the future also. Either way. Okay? So yeah, that is, that's really, really big news to see that happen. Either way. So yeah, that's kind of news around the world. The biggest thing, I hope it's something that you guys have not gained, but you guys kind of get to see the spiritual impacts of these things. If you have any questions or anything else, please let me know. And yeah, which means we're at the end of today's podcast. Hope you guys have a great Wednesday service tonight. And I'll keep you updated, and I will do my podcast much earlier for Thursday. It's already like past 4 a.m. and this has got to be up in like 15 minutes. So I will get this up as soon as possible. Everyone, please have an amazing, awesome Wednesday, and we'll see you guys again tomorrow on the Morning Star Drive on 117.8.
It's the Morning Star Drive 117.8. You soaring up with sky, now's the time, don't delay. I'm sitting in my ride and it's time to fly. So let's realign, just listen and fill your mind.
I'm burning with desire and the passion. Nobody can stop me when I'm like this. I got my head in the zone, you know. I'm on the Morning Star Drive, you know. I'm burning with desire and the passion. Nobody can stop me when I'm like this. I got my head in the zone, you know. I'm on the Morning Star Drive, you know.